win since 2009. In their home whites, the road purple and gold for LSU.
You'll see Vanderbilt, their goal is to keep the ball out of the paint, especially up these ball screens.
Knocked out of bounds, and to Vandy. Kim Mulkey today in shoot-around told us the Kentucky loss, didn't like the toughness, didn't like the effort. So 2 new starters today, not just for Wiley, but she goes back to Zakiya Johnson as well. Same starting 5 every game this season for Vanderbilt. And here's a touch for Blakes. Out to the freshman point guard, Aubrey Galvan. Looking to get a touch down low. Sasha Washington tries to wrap it around. And there's a defensive rebound for Amaya Joyner. Neither side particularly well battle-tested in their non-conference schedules. That changes now in the SEC. Johnson, no good. The second chance on the offensive rebound won't go from Zakiya Johnson.
And bet today, these 2 teams, 2 different styles. Vanderbilt will shoot it freely from the perimeter. It's LSU that tries to get to the paint. There goes Mikayla Blakes right from the jump.
LSU so far 3 turnovers on their 4 possessions. And they finally get a shot to drop a couple minutes in.
Oh, Mikayla Blakes was so consistent with her scoring. And it's just because of the diversity, the quickness that she has, the ability to handle the basketball.
Change of direction, change of speed.
You know, LSU they look a lot different than they have the last 3 years. Remember, they had players like Angel Reese, Anissa Morrow to play inside. Without that dominant post center inside, where will that paint production come from?
Good hustle by Flage to keep it alive for Zakiya. And now Vandy comes away with it. Jakalenga Mwenentanda, the big transfer pickup from Texas. Played at the Final Four last year with the Longhorns. Pick out at midcourt. Fawiley's got it and misses the left side layup with the right hand, but is able to clean it up. Her biggest test in terms of assists and turnovers in her young career.
I talked to her about it last night. She said, I'm from Chicago. She's not worried about that pressure.
For Wiley with the nice spin, the good look inside, and a foul. And Malaysia. And now that a free throw line for Zakiya Johnson, the freshman making her 12th start.
I was talking to Bob Starkey before the game, and I said, which of the newcomers has impressed you the most? She was brought to LSU to play the 3, but because of some injury, she's had to play some in the post.
Bob Starkey, the longtime assistant. Blakes with the backdoor and 1. And the assist for Jada Brown.
Watch Blake's quickness on this backdoor cut. Set it up and then hard to the basket to get the easy 2.
And now Blake's to the line. 81% on the season. There is not an active player in Division I that has a better career scoring average at nearly 24 per game than Blake's does.
And she's just a sophomore.
There's a turnover for LSU. 9 games left on their schedule against ranked opponents for her to really show her stuff.
Yeah, I think because Vanderbilt has not been on the major stage until Shea Ralph, 2 trips to the NCAA tournament now. Blakes can get her shine.
Blakes 4th in the country in scoring right now. She and Hannah Hidalgo, the only 2 that are top 10 in scoring and steals. 3 unbeatens fell yesterday. So it's Vandy, Texas Tech, Texas, and UConn. Nice move from Mikayla Williams. Honorable mention, All-American a year ago, member of the All-SEC first team. Floater from Blakes. And it's more of Blakes she can add to her tally. Louisville 7 Eastern, then TCU Kansas. That's Tuesday night. A doubleheader for you on ESPN and the app. Shot clock's down to 5. Knox finds Koval inside. Good patience there for LSU. One of the differences for Vandy this year, not only their freshman point guard, but they've got more size inside, and that's going to be a carry.
Help over, not up.
So Richard will bring it up. Williams tries the baseline, the skip. Everybody getting a touch on the perimeter. Back to Richard for three. Blakes is the only one to score.
LSU's got plenty of weapons.
Yeah. No other team in the country has 7 double-digit scorers. And there's a foul on the shot inside. Said we got to rebound and defend if you want to compete for an SEC championship. Thursday night, Miami Ole Miss in the Verbo Fiesta. What she thought was going on this year, she said, ain't no way we're the 7th best team in the SEC, which is where their preseason pick was. Now they got to go out and prove it. And they forced another turnover there.
Well, they start the SEC conference. 4 of their first 5 games are against top 25 opponents.
And the 5th is against one-loss Georgia. And there's Passat from downtown. Fawiley behind the back a couple of times. Finds Richard. Scrap for the loose ball. And it's possession arrow Vanderbilt. 3 players to the left side. The right is wide open. And, of course, LSU doesn't want her going that way.
They're going to drive it, and then she's got Passat for the kick.
Brown will take it. Around and out. LSU made Blakes give it up. But it is still Mikayla and Vandy with the first quarter lead. One of the biggest games they've had here in a long Kim Mulkey at LSU. Well, one of them was just the other day against Kentucky. And that was job one coming in here this afternoon to fix that, Carolyn.
Well, and they have. LSU is out-rebounding Vandy so far today, 14-5.
+9 advantage on the glass. Their problem has been the turnovers, more turnovers than baskets. And Mikayla Blakes leads all scorers for Vanderbilt with 11, and there's the pull-up for Richard. And it's back to a 1-point game. Baseline, basket and a foul, and Johnson goes down hard. Had a big postseason for Texas en route to the Final Four. And gets a home bounce on the free throw.
In Galvan. Even though Galvan's got a lot of confidence, a lot of swag, still, with this level of intensity and competition, that can be tough.
Nice no-look feed. Williams finding Joyner. This is the top scoring team in the country. Best field goal percentage. #1 in so many offensive categories. Still averaging over 100 points per game, although coming off their season low of 78 against Kentucky. Richard feeling it here in this second quarter. Well, I think, too, the challenge has been set forth to try and defend Blakes better than they did in the first quarter. They don't allow her to get a touch there. They'll try and push the other way. Fawiley. Little off balance. Second chance. Got it. 4 double-doubles on the season. Vandy has hit just 2 of their last 10 shots. Can they get a clean look for Blakes? Hasn't scored yet in this quarter. She's short there. Fawiley, pull up in transition, knocks it down. Her career high is against Vanderbilt when she was in a South Carolina uniform. With all the Vandy alums in town, big weekend.
Yeah, there's about 50 alum that came in for this game.
That is a foul on Blakes. #2.
It's not one-on-one. It's everybody else making those tough passes.
They've held her scoreless now for the last 10 minutes. Williams attacks. Offensive rebound and a foul. Johnson.
Johnson may just be a freshman, but she is fearless.
She won 4 state championships. She's a top 15 recruit. It's getting tougher and tougher with the portal for freshmen to crack starting lineups and get a lot of minutes, and she has done it for LSU. Look away, don't make eye contact. Blakes, again, good help. And they force a bad pass. Vandy in this quarter just 1 for 8 with 3 giveaways.
And that's all with the intense defensive pressure from LSU.
For Wiley all the way. No, another second chance opportunity for Malaysia. She's got 8.
Blake sitting there to take that charge. That's risky with her having 2 fouls.
Blakes now will bring it up as the point guard with Galvan out of the game. They prefer her to play the 2. And Blakes is now 0 for 3 this quarter. Good offensive rebound. And the stick back from Washington. For Wiley. So many Tigers can beat you off the bounce. Turnover there. Here comes Blakes. Looking to shoot it. Pull up. No. That'll stay at this end. Tigers are shooting 55% this quarter. Ooh, almost gave it away there. Blakes. Good screens up top, and she ends the drought.
And if the offensive team got the rebound, get your legs ready.
Blakes, the 2-on-1, and the pass skipped away from Brown. Yeah, the only thing worse than the players having to run is the assistant coaches trying to box out and get beat up. The practice players. Boy, they tried to force it inside to Blakes, and they give it away. Williams, open look, got it. And points at the Vandy bench.
USA basketball.
Yeah. Oh, Brown lost her balance, a turnover. Numbers for the Tigers, and Wiley will hold it up.
Oh, she's got a mismatch with Mitchell on her. They should go 1-4 flat and let poor Wiley go to work.
Yeah, looking for that last shot of the half. Big second quarter for LSU. Can they cap it off for Wiley? And does not get up a good shot. Another turnover, but LSU will take the lead into the locker room with that big second quarter. The rebounds, a big part of this story after LSU got pounded on the glass in their Kentucky loss. They have responded so far, trying to bounce back and pick up a win today. We've gone from 11 unbeaten teams to just 4 in the last 4 days. Is another one about to go down this afternoon with Vanderbilt at 14-0 to start the year. And that's going to be a reach-in foul on Joyner. Could not find her way into the starting lineup for 2 years. Came here, has been coming off the bench this season, and is making a statement here this afternoon, getting her first start and producing for Coach Mulkey. And there she commits the foul on the three-point shooter. Just 5 for 7 on the season. She can shoot the 3, she can distribute, dribble, drive, and force fouls.
This freshman plays with so much confidence, and she is from just outside Chicago. And you know who she trained with?
She's got a pretty good mentor, doesn't she?
Jill Lloyd.
And that free
Galvan was lightly recruited, and a lot of that was because of her size. They thought she may be too short to play at this level. Shea Ralph had no hesitation. She liked the swagger of Galvan.
Or moving screens on the ball. She was moving there. Blakes, the one-handed runner.
And I am 6'4", but she can take it off the bounce and then keep control of the basketball. That helps her to score over taller defenders.
off the window. And it would be their first top 5 win since 2009 if they can get it. Almost a sweet move and finish there from Blakes.
For Vanderbilt, only 8 turnovers so far today.
For Wiley, nice little pocket pass and the finish. Told us earlier today she's gotten stronger. She's developed into a good leader for LSU. You know, they lost some big presences with Angel Reese and Anissa Morrow.
Shea Ralph talks to her about use your words, and so she's able to express to her teammates what she needs.
Not just the face, but also the voice of the program. And that's going to be a foul, I think, on Washington. Texas will be in Baton Rouge, and Duke out at Stanford after the Cardinal upset North Carolina today. They're getting some folks healthy that were out the first half of the year. Back out to Galvan. She'll pull the trigger. One and done on that trip. Richard off the drive. Off balance shot. Good fight for the rebound for Zakiya Johnson. She got the message in practice this week. Well, you know you're in conference play, too, and in SEC play when teams that are averaging over 80 and over 100 points a game are bogged down by some strong defense. And a lot of familiarity.
You got 8 teams in the SEC in the top 25. Competition is going to be stiff.
Koval from Williams. Galvan. Too strong. Offensive rebound. Mitchell, the kick out. There's the 3 off the old board.
Justine Passat, 2 of 5 so far today from the 3-point line.
Koval, count it, and a foul. She's been in foul trouble 2 of the last 3 games, trying to avoid that today. She's got 6 points, 5 boards, and gets the 3-point play coming in. The 4th leading scorer in the country at nearly 24 per game. And now a whistle off the ball, and that's going to be on Mikayla Williams. Jada Brown's a 91% free throw shooter out of Bentonville, Arkansas. 3 years a reserve, and now has emerged to grab more minutes.
She was a starter as a freshman, but then as more and more talent came to the team.
Here's Richard, quietly another outstanding effort from her. Looking for the assist. Rejected. Swatted by Washington. Brown for Wiley trying to badger her. And now Blakes gives it up. Galvan, 3, got it. That was a 5-point swing with the block shot and then the triple, and here's a held ball.
LSU's defense, Vanderbilt has turned up the defense in the 3rd.
5 on the shot clock. Richard off the bounce, pulls up and rattles it in.
Vanderbilt going with a double post now. 2 bigs in the game. Has played the majority of the game with really 1 big and 4 guards around.
Galvan feeling it. Heat checking it and knocking it down. It stays on for now. And for Wiley, takes it the other way.
What she's done at Texas, Raven Johnson at South Carolina, and these 2 we see tonight with Aubrey Galvan and Mylasia Wiley, Jada Richard.
They've got just 7 so far, and they've missed more than they've made. Held ball, and it goes to Vandy. Another chance at a tie or a lead. They've trailed throughout this second half. Blakes foul, goes down hard, lands on her right shoulder. Last year's USA basketball, she had a 20-point buddy in Camille Pierre, who left and went to NC State. Had a pair of 50-point outings a year ago.
For a while, he's got to produce the points without Mikayla Williams on the floor.
For Wiley, drops it off for Joyner, and she hits. Good spin inside. Trying to get it to Blakes. Flage looking to deny. And that's going to be a blocking foul on the pass inside to Mitchell. Remember, that line in the restricted area line doesn't matter anymore in women's hoops. For Wiley with her 5th rebound. LSU can hold for 1. They fumbled a chance at a last-second basket at the end of the half.
You see Vanderbilt, everybody taking a step in, protecting the lane.
Wiley wants a screen. Koval will get her one. The switch is there. Malaysia on the drive. No, off the glass. We got a 1-point game. Can Vanderbilt do what hasn't been done since 2000? Here's what's at stake right next door here at Memorial. LSU looking for their first win against a ranked foe, and for Vanderbilt to end the drought, 31 consecutive losses. There have always been appeals, but this part is new this year. No limit. Unsuccessful appeals cost you a timeout. You can appeal even if you don't have a timeout, but then if you lose that, you're assessed a T. Scramble for the loose ball for Wiley. Oh! Fakes the behind-the-back pass and gets the layup.
They even have the saltwater float pod in there.
Beautiful. Blakes had to jack one up with the shot clock winding down. And LSU with the ball in the 3-point lead for Wiley. Missed the lay-in. And a held ball. Mikayla has had a quiet second half so far, as she about to light it up in the 4th. Looking for her on the inbound. And finds the assist there and gets it inside to Johnson. Here's Blakes. Koval with a nice rebound. They have owned the glass, doubling up Vandy so far today. For Wiley's pass, picked off. And then she gets it back. The lob to Zakaya, got it. Getting it done on both ends so far for LSU. Galvan, they run her off the 3-point line. Mitchell, Brown open look. Got it.
Big. Her pressure defense, and now she has the responsibility of guarding Malaysia for Wiley.
Trying to get a post up here for Williams, and Blakes takes it away. A season high 20 LSU turnovers.
Can Blakes get a touch?
Blakes does get a touch and knocks it down. She's got 20. Kim Mulkey's Tigers trying to bounce back from their first loss of the season. Vanderbilt trying to stay spotless. They're 14-0, one of just 4 remaining unbeatens in the country. Richard, no. Galvan's got it. And Vanderbilt can take its first lead of the half. Galvan off the bounce.
Like, it's been the Galvan Blakes show here today in Nashville.
Little spinner inside to Washington. On the low block, and Vandy's in front.
That's the difference between a good player and a great player. You can put up great numbers, but can you lead your team to a win?
Another look here. The fade in. Mikayla Williams drains it. Blakes off the hesitation, floats one up. No, there's Washington with a rebound and a foul.
This is an opportunity. You're looking at those net rankings, and you're looking at placement in the tournament. This one will pay off.
Blakes got it. The defender fell down. She's got 22.
LSU going to play through Mikayla Blakes, or through Mikayla Williams. We talked in the open, the two Mikaylas have to be special.
For Wiley to the free throw line. Just about at her average as for Wiley heads to the line. And this one to get back in front. Koval offensive board and a foul. Certainly a ton of rebounding drills in practice this week. Shake this lineup up. I want to find out who wants the minutes and who wants the fourth quarter minutes.
It's a 6 different starting lineup.
Richard defending on Blakes. And that's going to be a blocking foul on Koval, her fourth.
Mikayla Blakes on Mikayla Williams. Top of your screen.
On the switch, Williams. And now Richard and a foul on Washington. Richard's an 82% free throw shooter. Washington squares up, attacking the defender with 4 fouls. Won't go. Offensive rebound, Mitchell, and a foul. Mitchell misses the first. They have now missed 9 free throws. They get the old board. Blakes for 3. Drops it off for Johnson, and LSU responds as they trade leads here late, approaching 2 minutes to go.
But it's going to be all Blakes. Blakes is going to create and get herself to the free throw line.
Galvan repositions on the perimeter and hits 3. Gets a strip and a takeaway. And the freshman backs it up.
Wow, has Jada Brown not been impactful defensively for the Commodores?
Blakes will keep and knock it down.
That's that one-handed scoop. Those extra large hands, has her control of the basketball. Get the focus, the finish, and a trip to the free throw line.
Fouls on Richard. And now Blakes to complete the three-point play. Oh, another free throw miss. And Washington grabs it and gets the timeout. Between 2 LSU defenders.
5 offensive rebounds.
17 years ago, these guys were in diapers the last time a Vandy team beat a top 5 foe. Looking for that signature moment on the resume. Blakes drives and scores. Williams for 3. And she drills it. Timeout LSU.
Steven Passat is a guard on the floor right now.
Did that touch the sideline? And now they're calling for a foul, and not yet.
They're trying to trap, go for the steal. They got a foul.
Still no foul. And they're dribbling away the clock, and it's down to 9 seconds. It's a tough break for LSU because Blakes is definitely on the line.
Clearly out of bounds.
And now she's on the free throw line.
And LSU does not have any timeouts to advance the basketball.
Wiley rebounds the miss. They'll push. She'll try for 3. Almost went in. Couple of chances, and there it is. Final buzzer. And for the first time since 2009, Vanderbilt